Yeah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Firstly, before I get into the speech, I would like to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has given us many mercies and blessings so we can all arrive here in a happy and healthy condition. Also, salawat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who has brought his followers from the Jahiliyyah era to the Islamic era, so we can all attain a prosperous life in the world here and after. Then, I would like to thank the judges and viewers for allowing me to speak here and witness my speech today. My name is Aqilah Hafiz, and today I will talk about the judicious use of the technology, implementing morals and culture in our future, and the ethics in using or maintaining them. But with such facilities, there are also deficiencies, whether it's the internet, lost traditions, or guilty politicians. Let's start with the root of the problem. Now, the problem with the internet or extremely convenient tech and trends is that we become less and less human. How so? Well, I mean that people are becoming less sociable, less active, less unique. Nowadays, people have warped worldviews and they forget about manners when they interact with each other. And they forget about our cultures and identity just for a pinch of fame and relevancy. So before we solve this problem, we need to understand the problem. So what is going on here? Why does this generation want to throw away Indonesian culture, and why are they interested in learning outside culture instead? The first factor is that the coming generation has prolonged exposure to outside culture and are clueless about our own culture. They are just not interested in learning Indonesian culture for some reason. And the next factor is that we live in an age of globalization. The age where we tend to think that outside technology and culture outside technology and culture are more advanced and refined. For example, America, Japan, England are more modern and refined. That's what we think. However, this comes with sacrificing our own culture for advancement. Sadly, this sacrifice goes in vain. This country is still in a crisis of rich culture, the brains to develop advanced technology, and the lack of ethics to use that technology. Oh, speaking of ethics and morals, morals are crucial to what it means to live in a healthy society. Because when moral values accompany an action, it tends to aim at the cause of good. However, when a society lacks morals in what it does, chaos runs amok. Guilty politicians are a good example of this. Why do they use people's money for their gain? It's because morals do not accompany them and goodwill does not accompany them. It also goes for the technology we use, most commonly the internet. Some people trespassed on banned sites, others argued, and some caused arguments, and the rest caused dumpster fires of drama. It's a mess. So how do we fix all of this? Well, we can start with the first factor. As mentioned before, the coming generation has prolonged exposure to outside culture, right? We can raise awareness about the interest in learning Indonesian culture by hosting competitions that express Indonesian culture. We will facilitate them too, to arouse interest in learning Indonesian culture, to make them realize how our culture is rich and unique. Hence, it pushes them to learn more about our culture, and then it pushes them to cultivate it even further, so that the flame of Indonesian culture doesn't die out. Moreover, we also need to help the people that try to protect it, like the photographers, the artists, the word workers, by supporting and sponsoring their works. These artists quit because this career is not helping with their finance. Ever heard of the starving artist? That's exactly the problem they're experiencing. So we need to help them by sponsoring them, which pushes them to keep cultivating our culture. Not only do we have to cultivate and maintain our own culture, but we have to compete with other cultures as well. Like showing our cultures to the outside world. For example, the batik motif, wayang, tari piring, tari saman, and tari legong. We can also compete by expanding tourist attractions, like the Borobudur Temple, Mount Bromo, Komodo National Park, Raja Ampat and Lake Toba, we must show the world how our culture is diverse, thus improving our reputation and the likelihood of other countries admiring us. So, in conclusion, we need to stop keeping ourselves under lock and key and shoot our shots to shine our culture and show them that we are unique. However, how are we supposed to fund all of this if the money keeps getting exploited? As mentioned before, morals are crucial to what it means to living in a healthy society. However, the problem is that how we implement it in our daily lives. We can start with some atomic habits like greeting people when you enter a room, shaking hands when meeting people, and controlling your language. When it comes to the latest generation, however, we have to teach them while they are young and have them implemented in their daily lives. We need to educate them by following the ways of Islam and his Prophet Muhammad ﷺ through studying the hadith of his followers. However, I am aware this cannot apply to everyone, but I still insist on applying this to the public. Furthermore, we must make this knowledge accessible to everyone. Be strange to ask, however, I suggest implementing these lessons to public schools by putting them into the dictas curriculum, because not all children have the willpower and faith to survive or even want to continue their education into a boarding school. So, we need to teach the people the knowledge they lack and have them implemented to have a peaceful society without conflict. However, that's just the first part of implementing moral values. We also have problems with people misusing technology, like the internet. As we all know, the internet is a boon to the modern world, but its benefits are limited in how we use it. People, especially students, make the most benefit out of the internet. Nevertheless, they should use it judiciously. And I suggest a myriad of ways to cut down the clutter, like using the internet as only a means of gaining information. Avoid spending too much time on the internet, avoid sites that waste your time, and do not enter sites which you are forbidden to enter. These are steps for a safe and judicious use of the internet that pave the way for a good and healthy life. But that's what they all say. People will not do these protocols unless they do it with a sincere heart and do it willingly. We need to enlighten them and convince them, so they will understand why they must do this. Perhaps it is with study sessions or with seminars that explain it well. Now, with the problems laid out and solved one by one, we need to discuss how we can implement morals, technology, and culture to improve this country's future. We can start by having manners, inspiring creativity with other culture, helping them create, using our tech wisely. The point is that we live in a world that is constantly evolving, which changes every day, every night, every hour, every minute, and every second. This act is powered by technology, innovation, and ideas that are impacting us today while defining and building the future. Now, the technology that will take us forward will have ethics, morals, and solid, while smart principles as a strong foundation. It can improve diverse perspectives. It can provide empowerment, knowledge, awareness, community, and creativity. As we develop technology for the future, we can work towards creating a better world, this time long term. This means many different things as technology merges with different things in our life. For example, like morals and culture. So, moreover, we can make this knowledge accessible to the unlucky, so we can all get our hands on deck to improve this country's future. That is all I can say. I hope what I said is useful for all of you. Thanks for the dear viewers and judges to witness my speech today. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.